IGT, baby.
What's cracking, guys? It's your boy Junior Mafia coming back to you with another video. So we got to talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw, and man, this was so fucking good. And excuse my language, but it was so much that happened tonight that they really like closes out with a bang. In my opinion, this should have been a go home show from what I'm about to talk about. And let me give a shout out to my New York crowd. Y'all turned MSG upside down. That was fantastic, man. Y'all energy from start to finish, magnificent. So I want to give my credit to y'all and show my love and appreciation for making Monday Night Raw so fucking good. So I wanted to put that out there. But without further ado, let's dive right into it. So we had John Cena kicking off the show, and when I say that crowd was at an uproar, like it was loud, sold out Madison Square Garden. You hit everybody in that state, in that arena, like chanting to the highest, they singing his song and all that stuff, and Cena's just embracing the moment and all that, and you could tell he was getting emotional behind it a whole lot. So he gets into the ring. He had Alicia Taylor pretty much announcing, you know, his never seen 17, all that stuff, and just knowing that this is the final Raw for him. You know, he was just soaking it all in, and that crowd made it so emotional because you had nothing but thank you, Cena, all the stuff. Like, it took a minute for Cena to talk, you know, before he was able to like continue on what he was about to say, because he was just embracing the moment and just soaking it all in, because this is it. So as he's, you know, thanking the crowd and stuff like that, and, you know, pretty much was just talking about, you know, his last time being on Raw, and comes Dominic Mysterio yet again. So he comes in there and he pretty much talking about how he won a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship and all this stuff. And Cena told him, like, listen, if that's what you want, like, we can do this right here and now and all that. Get a referee and I'll put the title on the line. So Dominic, of course, doubled down on it and was telling him, nah, we're going to do it on my terms. So we're going to do it in my hometown, San Diego, California, for War Games, or Survivor Series, to put it that way. And, you know, that's when you put the title on the line. So he's like, cool. Like, it is what it is. But this is my final Raw right now. I'm not even here without a match. So if this means you and me, we're going one-on-one, let's get it. Get a ref out here, let's do it. So Dominic like, nah, it ain't going to be like that. And comes Judgment Day. JD McDonough and Finn Balor. So they come in there to get in the ring. And he's saying, ain't going to be no match. It's just going to be us beating your ass. So they trying to pack up Cena and all that. Then Sheamus come out there for the save. And he goes on to aid Cena and all that stuff. But, of course, the numbers game going to play a focal point. And then in comes Rey Mysterio to even the odds. So you had all 6 men going at it. And they ended up turning into a 6-man tag team match. So that match itself was so good. Definitely enjoy it. Very fun match. You know, a lot both. Like all of them had offense, put it that way, you know. But John Cena, you know, getting the most time to embrace it, you know, hitting the 5-knuckle shuffle, you know. You had, you know, all 3 guys of him, Sheamus, Rey Mysterio doing the 10 beat count on the Judgment Day outside of the ring, and then you had him doing the 5-knuckle shuffle with Cena as well, you know, until the climax of the match where, you know, pretty much everybody hit a finisher. So you had Rey Mysterio hit a double 619, I think, on Dominic and JD McDonough. And then somebody catching a bro kick that led to Cena also hitting the AA, covering for the 1, 2, 3 match done. And that was very, very good. And a very good way to send off Cena at his final time on Monday Night Raw. I think this was sensational. The crowd, like I said again, was so energetic. And just made it such a special moment right there. And you could tell it got to Cena a whole lot. Like, he was just, again, embracing all of this before he went backstage. Like, it was just so good. And, in my opinion, I wish I was there to witness all of that stuff. It kind of sucks I couldn't go, but you know what? It is what it is. For all my years, I was able to see John Cena compete, on many shows. I'm satisfied. I was able to see him in SummerSlam one last time. So that right there is special to me. And I hold that near and there. But shout out to you, Cena. And it sucks to see you go like this, especially on your final Raw. But these are memories we're going to cherish for the rest of our lives, man. So you made that, sensational. We appreciate you for that. So we thank you, Cena. So as we move on, we had the qualifying match, for the My Time Is Now tournament, and we had Solo taking on a mystery opponent. That mystery opponent ended up being Dolph Ziggler, and that crowd was electric. Like, as soon as he came out, the biggest pop. So I knew for sure that this match was going to be entertaining, because Dolph Ziggler, as I think he in his mid-40s right now, he can still go in the sense of, be very energetic of competing in the ring, selling everything. That's what we always knew about Dolph Ziggler, and he always delivered that. And this was a very good match too. I feel like he had very good offense, and kept it very competitive up until Solo started to get the upper hand, and hitting him with the Samoan Spike for the 1, 2, 3. And this was the right call for Solo to win, because Dolph Ziggler, again, made no sense for him to win this match and all that. And Solo, it was now or never. Because if Solo would have lost this, oh yeah, send his ass back to catering. It would have been a wrap. It would have been a wrap. But, credit to Triple H thinking smart in this situation and letting Solo get that win now. And he's going to be taking on the winners of, I believe, Finn Balor and Penta. Yeah, I think it's between Finn Balor and Penta. That's who we're going to be facing next week. So that was good. Then we had another qualifying match of Javante Evans taking on the returning Gunther, which we before I even jump into that, Gunther had his original theme song, and that was dope to see now. And we know Gunther with the original theme song, he was a menace. That was somebody who was strictly business and was looking to pack your ass up. I just say when he had the theme song before he switched it to the new song, the old one, and how vicious Gunther was. But if people know, you know. When Gunther had that old theme song, he was not to be fucked with. So, in my opinion, I was saying that I hoped and prayed that it wasn't a squash match. Thank God it wasn't. Javon Evans, he put on a performance, and definitely gave Gunther a run for his money. A lot of time when Gunther tried to put him in a sleeper hole, he was able to get out of that, be able to counter that. Even when he did the power bombs and stuff like that, Javon was able to kick out of that. Like, he was literally pulling out all the stops. And, in situations where we thought, all right, can he actually pull it off? It had us like shocked, like, oh wait, he about to really beat Gunther. But as it was coming down towards the tail end of the match, Gunther, after hitting the power bomb, and Javon was kicking out of it, and them trying to put Javon in a sleeper hole, and when he got out of it, you see Gunther rolls him over, had that locked in the middle of the ring, and excuse me, he ended up tapping out. But again, this was a match that we knew Gunther was going to win. All I asked that Javon Evans just didn't get jobbed out. And credit to them, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. They gave him his time, and, he definitely did the best of it. So I'll give him love and respect for what he did right now, and hoping to see him more, when it comes to that. So there's that. Then we end up getting a title change between Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree for the women's Intercontinental Championship. And the crazy part about that is that we anticipated Becky Lynch to win because Maxine Dupree, even though she gave her a run for money the last time they was in the ring with each other, it was very interesting. But at this point right now, I'm thinking like, okay, nobody's picking Maxine Dupree to win. All of a sudden, when Becky looked, she had full control and all that stuff, and she about to do something out of nowhere, you hear AJ Lee music hits, and Becky got fully distracted by her, and because of that, it took her off the it took her out of the ball, and this is where Maxine takes advantage of it, hitting a a splash off the top rope onto her to cover her for the 1, the 2, and the 3, and Maxine Dupree is your new women's Intercontinental Champion. Now, am I happy for her winning? Absolutely, because I feel like she got a whole lot better with her in-ring performance. If there's one thing you know about me, I was always, an advocate for Maxine Dupree of getting an opportunity, because I feel like even though her little botches and stuff like that, she had potential. You just give her time, let her develop, and you can take that to the next level. And long and behold, she was able to do so, and she took that and ran with it. So credit to her, getting the job done. I feel like the finish was it could have been a lot better, but we know the distractions from AJ Lee, that Becky Lynch ended up losing the match. But nevertheless, congratulations to her, on winning her first championship. And I hope they keep it interesting, so to speak, and don't let it be another situation with Julia where she wins the title, but some of the matches she had is trash. I want to see her in storyline, see how she really carries herself as champion. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope they just really do what they need to do and not drop the ball. So that's all we can hope for. And now we get towards the main event. So we had the vision of Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre. They all coming towards the ring and stuff like that. And I forgot to point this out earlier. You see Paul Heyman goes into the locker room where you see Adam Pearce and you see SmackDown general manager. Why is it escaping to me? It's escaping me right now. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So he pretty much was talking about, if y'all thought Drew McIntyre being my fourth guy was crazy, wait till you know about my fifth one. Let the contract in Adam Pearce's hand. And when they looked at it, it was like, oh, this is going to be a problem. So this was always going to lead up to the main event. So you see all of them out there, and Paul Heyman talking like he's talking, blase, announcing everybody. I don't know where you hear CM Punk music. He wastes no time. Come out there, crowd's ecstatic as usual. So as it's happening, then you see the Usos coming from the crowd, and Cody Rhodes music hits. So everybody's ready and ready to go to war. So they get into the ring. They start brawling and all that too. Of course, you had CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos all, getting up in hand over the Vision and all that, and Drew McIntyre and them packing them up and getting them up out of there. And as it's happening, CM Punk is in the ring, and it looked like he about to hit the GTS out of nowhere. Brock Lesnar music hits, and this man, I was shocked to know that he's the fifth man on the Vision for the War Games, come out there and don't waste any time. And literally, Punk just like, yo, that's their first interaction with each other too for so many years. That's another thing that people can't point out about, that Brock and Punk had history with each other. So to see them in the same ring, Punk like, yo, the last time this happened, you got the best of me, but I'm not holding back. Like, let's go. So Punk went in there trying to get some offense in there. They didn't do too much. Brock ended up ragdolling him out of there. Then you see Cody come in there too, and you know the history between those two as well. So Cody, he's trying to fight back over Brock and all that, and he ended up getting multiple German suplexes, got packed up and all that stuff. So at this point, you see Brock cleaning house. So Krellis is rolling right now, and we think like, okay, this is uneven. You got 5 people right here, you know, versus 4. And as the credits is rolling, and I'm like, please don't let it end this way. You hear Roman Reigns' music hits, and my God, the aura that he has, out of this world. It was a massive pop, and he comes out in there, and he's just taking his time, and Brock telling him like, get in the ring and all that. Roman like, I'm gonna take my time, bro. Like, don't worry, I'm gonna deal with you. He gets in there, and instantly he tries to go on an attack. Roman was able to dodge that and hit a Superman punch on him, gets him up out of there. But Roman looking like, yo, he just got up, started laughing and stuff like that. So Roman like, okay, like, you told on this mess, let's go. Like, let's go. So as it's happening, you see Bronson Reed from behind attack Roman Reigns. And he's attacking the security guards. Some of them, they left. So, you know, he hitting him with multiple elbow shots till he get up there, about to hit the tsunami. Until Roman was able to get up, hit a Superman punch on him and all that, and get him out of the equation. So now as it's happening, and he's looking around, he's like, nah, I'm going to pack all them niggas up. So as he gets out of the ring, you see NYPD coming out now, trying to, you know, keep Brock away from them, then trying to block off Bronson Reed and the rest of them. And Roman's like, nah, that ain't happening. He literally got right past them, and goes and spears Bronson Reed into the barricade and all that, with another NYPD officer packs him up. So he's out of the way. Meanwhile, as that's happening, you see Logan Paul choking out. I mean, you see Punk choking out Logan Paul with a kendo stick. Like, it was a whole lot of carnage happening, but that's how Raw ended. And my God, this was so good. I just hate that this is not the go home show. We got one more week until Survivor Series. And in my opinion, this should have been the go home show, without a shadow of a doubt. Because, needless to say, I don't know how it's going to be next week, because they're supposed to have a match to see who will have the advantage in the War Games. But seeing how this whole thing turned out right now, I'm telling you, what happened tonight on Raw should have solidified the go home show, and I think that would have made it even more interesting leading up to Survivor Series. Now, granted, it's going to be good. They're going to fucking deliver, but I just wish it could have happened next week instead of happening this week. But needless to say, I enjoyed it. I had fun, and this was a fantastic show. Me talking about it don't do it justice. Please go check it out if y'all can. It was really good. But all in all, comment down below. Let me know what you think about Monday Night Raw. What was your favorite moments of the show and all this stuff? And yeah, man, and just let me know if y'all ready for Survivor Series. You know, I never want to hear y'all opinions and all that. Leave them down in the comments down below. But as always, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop content right here on this channel. And I appreciate y'all love and support. Road to 200 subscribers. Continue to keep God first. Trust the process of anything that you do in life. Your time will come. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. Peace.